What's up, gang? My buddy Chris got this workshop rolling knife sharpener for his mom. I asked him if I could see it so I could get a video and show you guys how this guy operates. It's just one of those rolling sharpeners. They've been pretty popular past couple years. This particular model actually has discs that you can swap out in different grits. There's a 320 diamond, a 600 diamond, and then a ceramic for final polishing. This little guy is what allows you to set the angle on your knife. You just place your knife inside the lip like this. It holds the angle for you, and you just roll this back and forth until you get an edge. The 25 and the 20 degree actually has a lip that your knife can rest in, but the 15 and 17 do not. I wish they also had that lip. That would be very beneficial. I've seen guys complain that if you've got a knife that's too tall and the ceramic or the diamonds will not reach it, that you can't sharpen with this. You can, you just have to get inventive. So if your knife is sitting proud of the sharpener, what you have to do is place something underneath it to reach that area, and then you should be able to sharpen it with no problems. I don't know if that's going to change the angle or not, but I predict the people who are using these type of devices are just after a sharp knife. They don't care about the aesthetic so much. This is a Steve Callari Custom. It is a Nakiri knife. I got this practically a steel. It's got some micarta. I guess they're greenish, kind of brown colored. They're more green, I think. But micarta scales, super knife. Been using the hell out of this. Still got a wicked edge on it. But I figured I would give this the test run on this particular sharpener. I believe Steve sharpens around 15 degrees, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the 17 degree mark here. All you do is just place your knife on it, make sure it's sitting flat. Since this doesn't have the lip, we're just going to have to let it sit flat against my countertop here. Make sure this is all centered. To change these discs, you just pop them out. They're magnetic. Just pop them out. Put the disc on you want to use. In our case, we want to start with the coarse grit, which is 320. Now this does have an edge on it, so I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to go ahead and mark the bevel, just so we can see where we're grinding. Just take a Sharpie marker, run it along your edge, and take your work sharp and make a few passes. And then check. That Sharpie marker is just about all removed. So what you want to do here is you just want to go back and forth across the knife like this until you grind all that metal and it folds over to the other side. That's what we call a burr. You will feel as the metal overlaps a little lip of steel that folds over on the other side of the edge. That lets you know you have ground from the shoulder to the apex and you have reached the edge of the knife. From that point, you're ready to switch the knife over and do the other side. This couldn't be more simpler. You just run the roller across the knife until you develop a burr. Not quite there yet. Getting close. Not there. You want to do that. I've now got a burr across the whole edge. I can feel it grabbing my finger as I run it across, and if I do it against my fingernail, that little lip of metal will actually pull off some of my nail. So just take the knife, flip it around, again, get it centered, get everything lined up here, and do the same thing. Checking the knife, I've already got a burr in the front portion. I'm just lacking a burr in this area right here. still do not have a burr here in the middle. I can fill one close to the back and one here in the front. This is a problem a lot of people will experience. They'll get the burr up one or two spots and they'll think that the whole edge is sharpened. I'm still not there. I got to concentrate here in this middle section and just a little bit more in the base to get this completed. It is a process and patience. You just got to keep going until the process is done. Sometimes you just got to keep grinding. All right, now I can fill a burr across the whole edge. So we are done with the 320 stone. We can move on to the 600. And we will now proceed through the 600 grit. Flip the knife over, and we'll proceed through this side. Again, I've got a burr, formed it on both sides. So what I'm going to do now is what we call burr minimization. I'm going to try to take that burr and flip it back and forth a little bit. The goal is to hopefully cut some of the burr off, maybe break some of it off. But we want to try to get as much of the burr removed as possible. So I'm going to do alternating passes, just one or two passes on each side, just to kind of flip-flop that burr, see if we can break any of it off. There's still one there, but it's nowhere near as big. I'm looking at my grinds now. I can kind of see where it's got a little bit of a low spot here. Nothing too out of whack, so I think we're good to switch over to the ceramic. These are real simple to change out. It's just a little magnet, pops it right in place and you're ready to go. So this is going to be the final stone here. This is going to be kind of polishing the edge up a little bit. Taking that last little bit of burr off. As you can see, I'm doing less and less passes. The reason being, this is just the final step. The main point of this is to just get the burr knocked off. We don't want to recreate a burr, and we don't want to take the burr that we have and keep flip-flopping it. We just want to try to get it removed. This edge feels fairly clean to me. I don't really feel any burr. As you can see, it is sharp. What I like to do with my edges is just strop. This is a piece of leather with some white chromium oxide compound on it. If you don't have compound, you can just use leather. Stropping usually takes your edge to that next level. Gives it that little bit more sharpness than you had before. And it helps remove any remaining burrs. I think we should notice an improvement in cutting. Although what we had before was nothing to scope at. So from the heel to the tip, we are sharp. So the Work Sharp rolling knife sharpener, do I recommend it? For people who already know how to sharpen, no. This is this is not a requirement for you guys. You already know what you're doing. There's no need to buy something like this. However, if you're just a home cook, you don't know how to sharpen your knives, this is super simple. There's not much out there that could be easier. You throw a 20 or 25 degree edge on any knife and you should be in business within 10 or 15 minutes. You just have to have the patience and do the fundamentals, which is sharpen both sides until you develop a burr. Try to remove that burr on each grit and then get the final polish as burr free as possible. If you can't get all the burr off with the ceramic, use a sharpening steel or a piece of leather like I do. Once you've done that, you should have a screaming sharp knife that's gonna probably be better than anything you ever saw from factory. Now this is a custom knife from Steve Callari, so it came really sharp to begin with. However, this edge on it is nothing to scoff at. It is very sharp, perfectly acceptable for any task that you would need in the kitchen. So in that respect, if you don't know how to sharpen, you don't want to take the time to learn, this is absolutely something I would recommend. Now there are several other models that have the same concept. There's Hurl, it's H-O-R-L, I believe, or H-U-R-L. There is the tumbler system, and of course the Work Sharp. They all pretty much do the same thing. However, the Work Sharp seems to have the capability of swapping the grits out, and they all come with the kit. I'm sure it's priced fairly reasonably, and you can pick these up most likely at a local store, be it Walmart, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, places like that. So that makes it extremely easy to access. Yeah, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. For your mom or your aunt or someone who loves to cook but just has dull knives, I say grab them one. They'll thank you for it. Well guys, I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them down below. Y'all have a good one.